filming on a Friday.
We're filming on a Friday. You know what? Shout out to us, dog. We're fucking doing it.
I know. We double whammy this week because we had an incredible guest on Wednesday.
Loved Lindsay.
Yes. But we're filming on a Friday, and it feels like Friday energy.
It does feel like Friday energy.
Like,
so
it's weird in here.
welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Humanhood series, brought to you by yours truly, Melanie Peralta and
Casey Riley.
The series that is devoted to humanizing your human experience and making personal development
More personal.
It's Friday, so we're going to have some fun today. This is Casey's idea to start doing this with our guests, a little part called, what would you call it? A little
Humanhood Confessionals.
Humanhood Confessionals. So today we're doing Humanhood Confessions.
Humanhood Confessions.
Okay, so
we'll go first. We'll rip the Band-Aid before we make
yeah.
everyone else expose themselves.
Yeah, so that is going to be a part of it. If you plan on being a guest on the Humanhood series, just be prepared, all right?
Yes.
We're going to be digging in your closets.
And our first confession is today we had no idea what we were going to talk about. We were sitting here like thinking for 30 minutes, just like, okay,
what are we going to
say? An ongoing podcast. Like these are the things that come up with it. What are we going to do?
What are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our confession.
That's our confession. And then
out.
I was like, why don't we just do this? Yeah. So here we are. Let's run it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay,
you got the questions?
I do.
Okay.
A lie I used to believe.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. A lie that like somebody else told me, or just a lie that I told myself?
Either.
Okay.
Either.
This is funny. The lie that I used to believe was that when you lie, if you lie, it doesn't affect you at all, and it only affects the other person. Back then, listen, I used to be a serial liar.
I was too.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I was such a serial liar. I was known for it amongst my social group that anytime my friends needed a good lie, they would call me.
Really?
Literally, my bestest, she'd be like, bitch, I need a lie right now. Here's my situation. What you got for me? And I'm like, just say this. And back then, I didn't know that lies create shame and that they live inside of you, and that being a liar really fucks with your body because your body's carrying all the secrets.
Yeah.
I didn't know that back then. I thought that the lie is only negatively impacting the people who are being lied to, only if they find out the lie's a lie.
No, that's horrible. That's awful.
I know. I didn't know that the lie affects the liar.
The most. Okay, so I used to be a liar also, but I never would just lie like schemy like that. I would lie more out of not wanting to hurt someone else's feelings, so I'd make up little white lies.
Oh no, I was trifling, bitch.
No. So I was never like, I lie all the time, but I would just do these little white lies. I'm like, why am I lying? Mm-hmm. Like, why do I have to feel like I have to lie about this? Like, just say the truth on how you're feeling.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of how I lied.
Yeah, I didn't ever lie to like be mean. I usually, most of the time, I always lied to get out of trouble.
That was it.
Or to not get caught. Or to like get away with I always lied to get away with shit. Mm-hmm. And I was quick with it. I was, you know.
With that too, is to avoid trouble and to get away with stuff.
Yeah.
1000%.
And lying to boys. Because I was a player back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, I would be talking to so many different guys, like, in middle school. Because back when you're in middle school, you don't have a car. You can't fucking go anywhere. You just have these, like, boys that you meet at Skateland or, like, on MySpace. Like, I had all these little guys everywhere. And I never hung out with them that much, like, unless they were at Skateland. But it was easy to kind of...
I just, like, caught that later. I was like, oh.
It was just, like, so easy to, like, entertain all these little boys because they're never all in the same place all at once, you know? But one time, bitch, I used to be diabolical. One time, I did have this boyfriend who was like this Puerto Rican from New York. I had a thing for Puerto Rican New Yorkers for a while. And so I had a boyfriend on one side of town, like on the east side. And then I met this guy and I just like was so obsessed with him. And then he asked me to be his girlfriend. So then I was his girlfriend too. So then I had 2 boyfriends at one time. And mind you, I'm literally like 14, 15. I was just like
10 boyfriends.
I was just this little player, okay? And I put a picture, my East Side boyfriend, he didn't. Yeah, he's the East Side boyfriend. This is a West Side boyfriend for context. I'm going to refer to them as that, okay? So my East Side boyfriend didn't have MySpace. He wasn't like online like that. And so my West Side boyfriend did have MySpace. So I had a picture of him. I put a picture of him on my page.
Okay.
And my East Side boyfriend called me one time. And I remember I was at school in junior high at lunch. And he called me. And he was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what's up? Who fuck is this guy on your page? And blah, 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 blah.
Uh-huh.
And in the moment, I was just like, how dare you?
You got caught.
No, I was just like, how dare you? Like, you should don't just be accusing me. You need to ask me. I'm like, that's some fine ass guy that I found his picture online and I put it on my page because I had all these guys reaching out to me that were trying to get at me. So I put random guy's picture on my page so that I can make it look like I had a boyfriend because you're not on
That's
MySpace.
a crazy lie.
That's a crazy lie.
That's
and
like
I was like, that's really fucked up. Like that. I'm like, honestly, you always do shit like this to me.
You were gaslighting him.
Yeah, I gaslit him so hard. It was bad. I was like, you always do shit like this. You just never ask. You always just accuse me and you just assume. If you would have asked, I would have just told you the truth. Bro, I'm telling you. I was trifling. I was scandalous. And he's like, I'm sorry.
Oh.
You know what, though? I don't feel bad because that motherfucker was cheating on me, too.
How old are you?
Girl, we were in middle school. I was like 14, 15. I know.
Most traumatic dating experience.
I know. But that's what happens. Little shit like that is what happens.
Yeah.
When nobody teaches you about relationships.
That's true.
When nobody's like involved in your youth romantic life. Listen, I am heavily involved in Vakai's romantic life, and not in a prying way. I just created such a safe space for him where he just wants to tell me, and he does.
When his little girlfriend broke up with him, or he broke up with her
He's
the
like,
other day.
Mom. He'll ask me questions. Dude, recently,
What?
he asked me, he goes, Mom, what's a BBL? You know what he thought it was?
What?
Big booty Latina. Apparently, that's a thing. Like a BBL, Big Booty Latina.
Big Booty Latina.
There's a song called Big Booty Latina.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he's like, is it a Big Booty Latina? And
Yeah.
I was like, yep.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
That's hysterical.
No.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay. A lie I used to believe was that I would be okay dating an old man just for his money.
That you would be okay.
Like I could live that lifestyle.
Wow.
Yeah. Like that's a lie I really told myself because I thought the most important thing was money.
Wow.
Yeah. And so like as I get older, obviously that is so not true and like the last thing you'd want to do. But that was a lie I used to believe.
Wow. You know what though? I could see that. I could see you.
You could see me seeing that.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because I am so okay with like, I'm such a hyper independent person where I feel like I don't need to spend that much time with people to feel like okay with our relationship and stuff. And so I'm like, okay, it's just like a old man.
And then he's like, girl, come kiss me, girl.
Yeah, heck no.
Come lay with me, baby.
No, yeah, like it's like cringe, but that's like what I used to think back in the day.
Wow.
Like whenever I'd see people like in movies like that, I'm like, oh, I could do that. Easy.
I'm so not into older guys.
I mean, I'm not either.
Yeah, well.
But I guess it was just the idea around being okay with a situation like that.
Totally.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, I could see
Glad you never went down that path, friend.
Me either.
Yeah.
Me either.
Okay, what's the next one?
Okay. One thing I wish more people knew about me is blank.
One thing I wish more people knew about me is that at the core of me, I really, like in my spirit, I really am still a small town girl. For real. Like all my life, everybody has always looked at me like up here in some way, shape, or form. My whole life, I've always been perceived highly in like even when I was in the music industry and all these things, and people would call me they would call me like Valley Girl, which is like city girl, and all these things. But in my soul and in my heart, I'm really truly still just a small town girl in there. Like when I go to my hometown, it is the warmest hug. Nothing makes me happier than pulling up to my hometown and popping up to my tata's old, raggedy, beat up home that used to be my great grandmother's home. And he's got like an old ass TV with like 10 channels that he watches. And I love nothing more than going to my hometown and chilling on the porch with my tata and eating his food that he makes me and just like drinking a beer with my tata. Like for
I can
real.
like picture that.
Yeah, I love that type of stuff. There's so many little moments where I go to my hometown and I'm just chilling. We drive to the desert. Everyone's just chilling in their beds of their trucks, just drinking a beer, hanging out in the desert, listening to music, or just like little simple things like that.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. Like those are the most precious, fulfilling moments for me, truly. And there's nothing glamorous about it.
Yeah.
You know, like my tata, his house is so old that there's so many things of his house that have been broken down, but we call it that Mexican ingenuity where somehow he, like, in a janky ass but way that works, managed to fix his sink, and there's like some pliers and some duct tape, and we call it like oh, it's all monchied out because my tata, his name is Monchi. Well, his real name's Ramon, but we call him Monchi. And just like looking around his house and all his shit's all fixed up in this weird Monchi ass way. I just love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
I do.
I love that. That's sweet.
Yeah, because my town is small, man. So small. We don't even have like a real grocery store, like a real grocery store. There's a grocery store there, but it's like
not good. You're not getting siete chips.
Hell no, you ain't getting no siete there. I don't even know if they have anything organic up in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's been owned by the same Asian family since I was born, girl. Like since my dad was a little kid.
Oh. Okay. That's sweet.
Yeah.
All right. One thing I wish people knew about me is I wish people knew how smart I really was. Or am. How smart I really am.
You think they don't know?
I don't think they know. I don't think you know. No, I really think that this is my story in my head. I think that people think I just bop around and cold plunge all day and do nothing. And like, I don't actually work and I don't actually, like, I'm not actually smart. That's a story in my head.
Oh, bitch, that's such a story. What? Casey, from the moment I met you, I'm like, this bitch is fucking smart. This bitch is intelligent. Like, you, Casey.
I don't know. I think, again, it's all a story in my head.
It's such a story.
But I think it stems from always having to prove myself in the family business. So I felt like I was always like trying to overprove to like prove my place there. That still carries over. I feel like people think things are just handed to me when they're really not. Like, I'm so smart. I'm so intentional. Like, everything I've built for myself, like, I've done it.
Yeah.
And I think that people think
I don't know anybody who thinks that about you. You come off as a highly intelligent, highly functional, highly capable human. You really do. Even just from your social media. If I didn't know you personally, like, yeah. That's an illusion, my friend. Oh, the stories we tell ourselves.
The stories in my head. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Because I think about that. I'm like, I wish people knew. Like,
no, to me, it's obvious.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. But now she's going to be like, so today's presentation is.
Yeah, let me actually. All right.
Okay.
That's a confession.
That's a confession.
That's a confession. Okay, the most unexpected thing that's helped me heal is a colonic.
The most unexpected thing that's helped me heal. Cheating on my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Cheating on my boyfriend helped me heal.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah, cheating on my boyfriend helped me heal. Because once I got caught being shady ass bitch and doing shady ass shit, I was like, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
You need to change.
Yeah.
This is not okay. Like, yeah. Cheating on my boyfriend helped me heal.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's true because I'm thinking about the thing and I'm not going into the story here. I did share it at retreat, but I'm not going into it here.
Oh, okay.
But it was a moment I was out somewhere and it was when I was in my bitchy sober phase where I thought I was better than everyone. And my triggers and my activations like took over in a social setting and I was not behaving like a proud woman would behave. I was visibly bitchy. And it was weird because the way triggers work, sometimes you're just stuck in it and you can't even control it. And that's how you know you're very unhealed in that moment. And it broke me down. I remember I spent days crying. I was so ashamed of myself. I was so embarrassed for the people who knew me at that event. Cause I'm like, how did I show up this way? Like, you're better than this. Yeah. The reason why you quit drinking was so you wouldn't act like a psycho bitch. And you're still a bitch. You're a bitch without the alcohol.
Actually, you're more of a bitch.
I was more of a bitch. But that, oh my gosh, talk about like on the bathroom floor crying, like in so much
you just
shame.
Felt so bad.
I felt so bad. I felt so embarrassed. I felt so ashamed. I felt so like ick. And then having to see those people again and
you're
like
oh,
dude.
Did you ever apologize to anybody or you just kept it pushing?
You know what's interesting? So I haven't seen them too often, but I do see them on occasion. Yeah. And whenever I see them, I want to say something, but it's never been the place. But I know that one day I will. Like if I do see them and there's not like for example, they were at the bar battle. Oh. I'm like, I'm not going to say something there, you know, but if we like were to go to dinner or something, I would probably just make a joke about it. Like, guys, remember that time?
I was a total bitch.
I was in such a bad place. Like, I'm so sorry for how I showed up. And like, if anyone felt uncomfortable, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But you know what's even more interesting is for someone like me, I love to have those conversations so I can feel better about myself.
Clear the cachet, baby.
But when you're not able and you have to live through the discomfort of not clearing the cachet and you're like, okay, not yet, I haven't seen them. That's a healing process within its own as well.
Just holding on to it.
And being okay with it. And then when I see them at some point, I can do it. But that was very healing. It was very eye-opening for me. And it was probably one of the worst pains I've ever felt in my life. The worst. But it also catapulted me into a huge awareness that I think you, Jesus, still have with me to this day.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Clearing the cachet, dude.
It's so necessary for me.
It's so necessary. And this is what I tell people. And I made a post about this one time, too. It's like, if there is an apology to be given, there's no apology that's ever too late. You could give an apology a decade later, and I did. Yeah. So, what? God, you don't just keep hearing how much of a serial cheater I used to be. Okay, God. So I cheated on one of my boyfriends with my ex-boyfriend, and this was in high school. I think this was like, I don't know, maybe my sophomore year or something. Yeah, it was my sophomore year. And my ex-boyfriend had a girlfriend at the time. So it was like, I cheated on my man, and then he actually knew the girlfriend of my ex, so then they were talking about how much they fucking hated us for cheating on them. And long story short, that girl and her friends fucking hated me for so long, to the point where later, like after I graduated, the guy that I dated before I met Kai's dad, his roommate was dating one of that girl's friends, and it was such a problem because he was like, yeah, like I want to invite you over, but like, you know, so-and-so's girl and her friends are over and they hate you. And I was like, these girls hated me for so they had that vendetta forever. And then it was like literally a decade later, I see her on Instagram, and somehow there's like some sort of exchange, and I messaged her, and I was like, hey, like I never got to apologize to you, but I just really wanted to say I'm so sorry for that back then. Like I was not who I am now. I was such a wounded, lost little girl, and I'm really sorry that I did that to you, because I knew about her. And I know. So if you have any apologies, if you gotta set some shit straight, it's never too late, baby. Because she was like, you know what, thank you. She's like, I appreciate that. Like, she's like, I see who you are now. Like, I respect who you are now, and like, I'm actually really proud of you. And now her and I are cool. We show love to each other on social media.
Social media.
That's my girl.
That's so funny. Yeah, clearing the cache, that's always super important to me. But as I just mentioned, like the step deeper in the healing is when you can't clear the cache, and it's like, can you be okay with not clearing it and still forgive yourself without the closure of clearing the cache? So
that is another layer deeper.
It is. All right. Something I once hid that now makes me magnetic.
I used to hide that I did psychedelic substances.
Okay.
I would never be honest about that.
Really?
Yeah, in the past, girl, I did drugs in secret.
I know, but like psychedelics, that's different.
But to me, like when I would rave and stuff, I would eat mushrooms, I would take acid. Like that was, I used to just like hide that stuff. I was such on the outside at the time, like nobody knew that I used to like rave and pop ecstasy. And
like your friends or your family?
Like my family and people outside of my close circle. Like I had my close circle, and we got fucked up like that together. But other than that, like I had this like image to portray because I was in the music industry.
Oh, I see.
And so like I wasn't just out there with this is the shit that I do. Like everybody knew that like I would like rave and stuff like that, but I still made it seem like I was still so well put together, and I wasn't like one of those druggy ravers.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I never was just open with that. And psychedelics have made me such a better person. Truly.
Yeah.
Like my psychedelic experiences, and actually even my psychedelic experiences at raves. I can't tell you how many times I felt so liberated. The first time I ever went to EDC in Vegas.
I wonder if you're at the same one.
I don't know. I think the first time I ever went to EDC Vegas was like 2016 or something like that.
We went, it was either the first or second year when they moved from California
to Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I went with my best friend, she's the one who even introduced me to raving. She had already been to EDC like 2 or 3 times. So for her, she was just like, I'm going to EDC. For me, I was like, I'm finally going to EDC.
Yeah.
I've been raving since I was fucking 14. And at this time, I was like 22, 23. So it was like almost a decade later, I was finally going to the fucking infamous EDC. So I was so excited. And she's the one who drove us there, and she took a fucking Xanny on the drive.
Oh, man.
So, bruh, By the way, I've actually never taken any pharmaceuticals.
Really?
Ever. I never did Xans, Perks, like Oxys. I've never, ever.
I did.
Yeah, I never did any of that stuff. But she took a fucking Xanny on the way there. So by the time we get there,
she's asleep.
She's like so down, and I'm fucking pumped, dude. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I was planning on eating mushrooms that night because at that point I had already had Kai. I was 23. I'm like, I don't do ecstasy anymore. I don't fucking do. I don't do that other shit. You know. Now I'm just like kicking it with what God made, and that's how I roll. So I was like, I'm gonna eat some mushrooms. So we go, and I eat my mushrooms, and then they start hitting hard.
Oh, gosh.
And it was amazing. And I was just, like, so happy and having so much fun. And this bitch is down here, bro. She's in a shitty-ass mood.
No.
Dude, she was in the shittiest mood. She was bringing me down because I could feel her vibe that she was so low. Yeah. And I kept, like, so what do you want to do? Like, where do you want to go? What stage? And she was just,
like, on a roller coaster.
Eventually, she got so sick of my shit because I was trying to, like, figure out how to get her in a good mood. Yeah. She's like, bitch, I'm not. She's like, I'm fucking tired. I don't want to be here right now. She's like, there's nothing that you can do to get me in a good mood right now. If I can pop to Xanny, like, I'm down, all right? And I told her, I was like, well, then get the fuck out of here and go back to the hotel because you're ruining my time. I'm like, listen, if you don't want to be here, then don't be here. I'll fucking be here by myself. We have so many friends. I know I'll find somebody here. I will find a way home. I was like, give me the backpack with all of our shit and take your ass back to the hotel because I'm sick of you. Oh, my God. And she looked at me. She was all, for real? I'm like, yes. Like, go.
Did she go?
She did. She must have trusted that. I definitely trusted that I was going to find my way back to the strip.
Oh, my God. Yeah, because it was far away. It was hard getting rides back. And it was expensive to get back to the strip. Yeah.
But because I took the mushrooms.
You got creative.
Dude, I was on this cosmic ride of this is Mel's world, and I can shape shift this shit to however I want. And it was those types of experiences that I had. By the way, I didn't run into a single soul that I knew all night long. I was all alone the entire night, having the time of my life in Mel's world. What do I want to do? I want to go here. I want to do this. I want to. Everything kept working out in my favor. It was like 3 a.m. and I was like, I'm ready to go. Yeah, I was like, where are the buses? I know there was buses. I don't have a wristband for a bus, but I'm getting on one of them buses.
I have crazy stories from our time at EDC also. We had to get a ride with a tow truck driver back because the buses and the limos and everything were like $500. And when you're 19 years old, you do not have that type of money. So we're like, let's get in the car with a tow truck, this nasty ass tow truck. It was just Brian and I, thank goodness. Yeah. But I'm like, that was a risky ass move.
I mean, you were with a man.
No, I know. But even then we were still like, he's very sketchy. Like he could be a murderer. You know?
He could be a murderer.
But this reminds me of a story that I have talking about downers, like friends who are on downers and like are low energy. So I remember my sister was driving me and a girlfriend to school. We were in high school. And the friend I was with was like notorious for popping a lot of pills and just always being fucked up. And
at school?
Yes. That was very common in our school.
Wow. It was common at my school too, but I never went to school high. That was a part of the image I was portraying. I was still like, if I'm going to do my dirt, I'm going to do it in safe spaces.
Okay. It's very common at my school. So my sister's driving us and I was like, we're going to go pick up whoever from her house. And she was like, she better not be fucked up. I was like, she's not going to be fucked up. She's like, Casey, I'm sick of this. And I'm like, she'll be fine. So I'm in the front seat. My sister's driving us. This girl comes walking out of her house, gets in the back seat, slams the door, and she goes, I'm so fucked up. She like is hanging over her seatbelt like this, like passing out. And my sister just looks at me and she's like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm sorry, just take us to school.
She went to school that fucked up. Your teachers never noticed?
I mean, sometimes. I mean, people would be drinking in the bathroom, doing cocaine in the bathroom, popping pills all day. So common. So normal.
See, nah, man. I was other than I did go through a when I got to middle school, I turned sour real bad.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like, fuck that. You are not going to high school with all the people that you went to middle school with. He sent me to a different high school, and I was devastated.
Yeah.
But it was the best decision he ever made.
Yeah.
Then I got back on my shit, and I was like, okay, like, not a lot of people know me here. Like, let me just keep a clean rep.
Yeah.
And I did.
Something I used to hide that now makes me magnetic, now that we're like talking about high school days and stuff. So, although I'm very smart, like street business smart, when it comes to like academics, never that smart. I always had to try really hard, like really had to study, really had to memorize things. And I just didn't want to do that. So I would be really like sneaky with how I passed my classes, like through cheating and through like having my best friend write my papers for me and things like that. And I've like never shared that with anyone because who cares?
Yeah.
But now I think about it and how efficient my mind works. I'm like, this is literally my superpower. Why the heck am I going to focus on something that I'm not great at when I can hire someone else to do it, when I can figure something out, or when I can take a shortcut and it's going to get me there here and it makes more sense? And it just like sharpens my mind to utilize it in this way versus back then it's looked down upon. Like, you're a cheater, you weren't smart in school, all this stuff like that.
Baby.
It's all strategy. I was like, no, I was actually the smartest because I had the best strategy in place. I was the most efficient at passing these classes.
See, and this is the girl who has the story that people don't think she's intelligent.
Right, I know. And so I definitely think that that's mine.
That hiding it? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, hold on. Let me rewind really quick because I don't think I even shared why me doing psychedelics made me magnetic. I just shared that I did it. But I think it makes me magnetic because the experiences that I had while I was on them, the experiences that I had at the places that I was at while I was on them, it just like unlocked a lot of self-confidence and a lot of assurance.
Yeah, I think that's
it. And just like exercising, like just
flow state,
my power, my freedom of expression, not giving a fuck, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those experiences helped me develop that.
That's how I feel about gambling.
Ooh,
have you ever
I've
gambled?
never gambled.
Let's go to Vegas. No,
Casey, I'm not a gambler.
No, let's go to Vegas. I love gambling.
Do you?
Yes, that's a little secret.
My God.
I can sit at a table for hours.
Oh, Casey.
I love it.
No way.
Yes, and it is the best place to exercise state changes. So when the table's down and everyone's losing. But the second you like, I will play with it. I'm like, I need to change the vibe here. Change yourself. Like, get into the energy of like, I'm a winner. Like, and I'll like envision myself like, like at the table, and then someone starts winning, and then everyone starts winning, and the energy gets bigger and bigger. But literally, it is such a place where you can exercise your state change immediately. Because you're like, I don't want to stay in this fucking frump and lose all this money. Like, I want to change it. And it's really fun to play in that space because you see it almost instantly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never gambled.
It is.
I don't even know how to play a lot of the like games, honestly, like the card games or whatever.
I only play one game, 3-card poker, because it's very easy. And I only play it at one casino because they're fun there.
Okay.
So there's all these stuffy casinos where like you have to like just really be stiff and like, play by the rules. And then there's fun casinos where like the dealers will help you. So you can be like, okay, what would you do? And they're like,
really?
Yeah, they want to like help you because they want you to stay and drink and have fun. And so I'll only play at the Flamingo, which is like a janky ass space there.
Flamingo.
But it's super fun. They have loud music. We always get the table right by the door, so there's just like a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And 3-card poker is very easy because it's only you against the dealer. So you're not like having to think about anything else. It's just like whatever you have, like it's either do you want to risk it or not? And it's fucking fun.
All right, I believe you.
I gambled with Arvin one time.
Did you?
We went to Vegas and he was there and I was like, let's go gamble. And
No
we gambled all
way.
afternoon.
Oh,
Yeah.
I miss him so much.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
How fun.
Yeah, it was a few years ago. We went to go see the Usher residency.
Of course you did.
And I was like, let's go gamble with Arvin all day. It was so much fun.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, one of these days.
It's like such an easy trip. We should definitely just go.
Okay.
Humanhood takes Vegas.
Gonna be me at the table, like.
No, you would. I think you'd be magnetic in that space.
Okay, all right.
You know, it's
I'll
all
exercise the magnetism.
It's all about your, like, truly your energy there, really. So we'll do that.
Wow, I just learned something new about you, Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I would never take you for a gambler.
And I'm a smart gambler.
I believe you.
Like, you get your chips, and a lot of people, like, just you get on this high, and they're hoping you, like, win a lot, and then you lose it all, right? But me, I cash in, like, whatever, a few $100s, whatever I'm going to play with, and then I put my chips down, and I keep, like, when I start making money, I keep my 300 in chips in my pocket, and I go, I'm just playing with this. So I'm never going to lose what I came in here with.
Yeah.
And then, like, every once in a while, I'll just throw some more chips, like, without even thinking about it, and next thing you know, you're like, my pocket is literally full of chips because I'm not playing with it, but I'm, like, putting a couple aside as we go.
Okay.
You know?
I peep the strategy.
I love gambling. It's every time we go to Vegas, I got to do it. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Something we've never told each other. Don't make it lame. Don't let it be lame. She's like, I never told you I have this birthmark on my back. No, not that.
I have a birthmark on my ass. Something I've never told you. I almost got in a fight at
What? Tell me more.
Again in Vegas. We were at the J-Lo and Enrique Iglesias concert. We love concerts.
I know you do.
We love going. And this was back when Casey was a drinker. And so Vegas drinks are very expensive there. Like, they're $40 for a tequila soda.
What?
Yes, especially if you're at a stadium going to a concert.
Oh my God.
And this is an important piece of the story, because if you're getting a $40 drink, you're not going to waste it. So we go get drinks. I got like a tequila soda or whatever it was. And we're in our spot, and like music starts playing, and I start like dancing and like getting excited, and I have the drink in my hand. I don't know that the drink is spilling on the couple in front of me. And so the guy is like looking back at Brian being like, hey, like, tell your girlfriend to, you know, get her drink under control. And I'm so like, woo, like having the best time of my life. I have no idea. And Brian's like trying to get my attention. I don't hear him. So eventually he's like, Casey, like, you're spilling your drink on them. And I took it as they thought I was doing this intentionally. And so I was like, I would start yelling at them. I go, you think I would intentionally spill this $40 drink on your head? And I start like going off on these people.
What?
And Brian's like, Casey, stop. No, you accidentally spilled the drink on their head and they're asking you to stop. It's not some type of thing. And I was like, but why would they think that I would intentionally be spilling this drink on their head? And he's like, they're not. Yeah. They're just asking you to please stop. Yeah. And so I'm all like butthurt the rest of the night. But that's something I've never told you.
Bitch, I thought you were about to say, like, this bitch stood up, and then you were like, you know, your man had to hold you back and shit.
I mean, he kind of was holding me back. I mean, I was going at them. I was like, you really want me to spill this drink on your head? Like, I was getting heated.
What the fuck?
But
I cannot imagine you like that.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting for me to think about, like, Brian being with you at that time and like, this is my wife, like, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. Because you're so different now. So in my mind, I'm like, he chose her as this version of her.
He really did. I was like, this out of control version. But yeah, I always used to behave like that.
Really?
Yeah. I was just very loud and mouthy.
Yeah. When I used to drink a lot too, I used to be very confrontational.
Yeah.
That was like a certain period of time where I was super confrontational.
It wasn't even confrontational all the time. Like, I was always trying to like confront someone. But when something like that happened, I was like, no, like, let me explain what's really happening. You know, I can't just be like, oh, sorry. Now I would. But then it was like, oh, they actually think I'm trying. Why would you think that?
It was like a problem.
Yeah. So
interesting. See, all these things about Casey, Vegas brings out a different side of Casey. No,
now when I go to Vegas, I'm like, we'll have fun all day. And then I'm like in my room by 8 p.m.
Wow.
Like, see you in the morning.
She's
rested.
such a grandma now.
Ready to gamble at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. She's like, okay, that's my time. She's over there with all the grannies. Okay. Something that I never told you. In my recent season of being a single lady and like being out in the world dating, I went out with one of my friends one night. And I don't know what was up with us this night, but girl, like everywhere we went, men were like swarming to us. It's a rare thing because I feel like these days a lot of men are like hesitant to approach. That feels like the more common thing now. Most men feel just like you can see that like maybe this guy's like looking at you and you could tell they kind of want to talk to you, but they won't approach as much.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's a lot of things. I think sometimes it's just like they're too intimidated or something, but then also the culture these days is that like men hesitate to approach because a lot of women are in such a, I don't want to say like the independent thing or like talking about how thirsty guys are or like I don't know what it is.
I see.
I feel like women have unconsciously kind of set a stage in a way where like a man doesn't want to bother you. A man doesn't want to like be thirsty or come off in a certain way. I don't know. It's weird.
I kind of see it as I wonder if it's people getting too comfortable in the digital space. Like they'll slide into your DMs because that's what we're used to now, but actually face to face with someone might be a little, we're kind of growing out of human connection like that. So that's what I see.
Yeah, but then also there is this big narrative that like women don't approach men anymore. I mean, men don't approach women as much anymore because women, it's always like, oh, this guy is like a predator. He's too thirsty or he's like,
being creepy.
Yeah, so guys are just kind of like, just not trying to press you like that.
And also
because of the narratives that get, you know.
And also like nowadays, if I were to think about it, if some guy were to buy me a drink somewhere, I would honestly be scared to take the drink just because of all the things that get slipped into drinks nowadays. Now that I'm just so aware of that stuff, I would just never even want to accept that from a stranger.
Yeah, I mean, if you are buying me a drink, I'm going to the bar with you and the bartender's handing it to me.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Looking at it. Yeah.
But anyway, so that has been more of a rare phenomenon when like men are for some reason, this particular night.
Who were you with?
I was with Bianca.
She's beautiful.
She's stunning.
Beautiful.
So we were out there, just these beautiful birdies fucking flapping our wings. And everywhere we went, at one point, we were at this place and there was like these guys were like waiting for the other guys to leave to come and talk to us. It was so interesting. So long story short, we're just like, we leave this place, we go to this place, and there's like another group of guys that are like trying to cling to us. That's kind of what happens sometimes when like
But that's creepy too. So I can see why people don't want to approach because in my mind I'm like, creeper.
Yeah.
Don't be all weird around the corner.
Well, sometimes it's like it's not happening in a creepy way. Like they come and talk to you and then they're just like hanging out and then you're like, okay, cool. And then eventually they get the hint that you're like, yeah, we're not trying to like be clicked up with you all night. Like,
yeah,
we're leaving. Have a good night.
Yeah.
So then we leave. The night just kept going like that for some reason. And then at the very end of the night, the very last place that we went to, it happened again.
Okay.
The last place we went to, there was this Cuban guy comes up to Bianca and it's like starts talking to her for his friend, talking to her, trying to get his friend interested in me or whatever. And then he brings his friend over. Such a handsome Cuban man. Tall, perfect teeth, green eyes. Like, he was just beautiful. This man didn't speak a lick of English.
I love that. I love that.
He didn't speak. And I looked at him.
Get a translator.
No, literally. The whole time we were there at that particular spot, I told his friend, he's like, yeah, like my friend's attracted to you. He's interested in you. I was like, I don't speak Spanish fluently.
Yeah.
And he don't speak a lick of English. And he's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. He's like, it's okay. Like we translate for you. And then him and Bianca were translating for me and the guy the whole time. long story short, at the end of this crazy night,
What's the confession?
I made out with a Cuban man who doesn't speak English. At the end of the night, they asked us for a ride home. Bianca said yeah, and then like at the end of the night, he like looked at me with his fucking green eyes.
Was he local? Does he live here?
No,
Okay,
girl.
he's
They
a
were
tourist?
just passing through. Like they were leaving on Monday. But
You made out with a rando.
I made out with a random Cuban man who literally he just got here from Cuba.
He's like, America's great.
Did not speak English.
Americans
at
are
all.
hoes.
He was texting Bianca because Bianca and the other guy
You guys in the backseat.
No. We weren't in the backseat. By then, we had dropped them. The guy asked, like, B for a ride, and we took them to where they were staying or whatever, and then I got in the front seat, and he, like, came to my window. And I speak a little bit of Spanish, so we're just saying, like, it was nice to meet you and stuff. And bro, this man, he was fucking suave, bro. Like, he had, like, you could tell that he was raised really well. You could. His friend was very like thirsty energy, and he kept apologizing for his friend actually throughout the night. He was like, you know, and you could tell that like he was just raised by, I don't know who raised this man, but he was very he was such a gentleman. He was so.
Was he older?
I think he was maybe a little bit older, but no. He was 36.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, he was 36. But he was so smooth, like out of a fucking movie or something. Like, and he came to my window. We had already said goodbye, but then he came around to my window and he like brushed my chin in this way, and he just fucking kissed me, bitch. And I was into it. Confessions for real.
That's hysterical.
That was, bitch, I don't make out with strangers. I don't sleep with I'm very conservative when it comes to physical. Like, not even now. I'll like go on a date or I'll chat with people, but unless we're dating or unless we're some sort of an item, I don't get physical like that. I can't even remember the last time I kissed a stranger.
You made out with a rando?
Bro, yeah. And it wasn't even just a kiss. We full on made out. Like, it was amazing. He was such a good kisser. I was like.
You just drive away. Never see you again.
That was nice.
That's hysterical.
Uh-huh. So worth it. Hot, handsome, suave Cuban man who was I'm never gonna see him again.
Did you get his number? Or you Google Translate?
Well, he ended up messaging Bianca's phone through his friend's phone because they had exchanged contacts, and then he messaged B asking about me, and then I was like, sure, just give him my number. And then I messaged him for like a day, and then I was like, I can't keep translating with this fucking guy. No.
Chat GPT
that was just one. That was just a night player. Like it's over. We're
That's hysterical.
Single Male Chronicles.
That's a good confession.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I don't have any of those receipts. I used to make out with randos though back in the day.
Did you?
Oh my gosh.
Really?
I made out with this bald old man. He wasn't that old. I was young at the time. I was like in high school at a Modest Yahoo concert at the Rialto in Tucson.
What?
And I had him in my phone like Modest Yahoo bald. He was probably like in his 30s.
Okay.
So he was older. But yeah, back in the day.
I've never been a make-out girl like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was a little risque for me. It was risque. I was like, oh, it was so funny because, of course, I talked to JR.
Yeah.
And I tell him everything. And that weekend, I went out Friday night and I went out. So I went out Friday night and then it ended in me making out with the Cuban man. And then I went out Saturday night.
Right.
Again, I never go out back-to-back nights like that.
Mm-hmm.
I go out and I go hard, especially after a night like the night I had before. Usually with that, I'm like, I'm good for a month.
Yeah.
It's usually how I roll.
Yeah.
So I was like feeling I was like, oh my God. I was like, JR, I went out twice this weekend.
I made out with him.
And he was like, I was feeling like I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Or like, he was like, bitch. He's like, you went out 2 nights in a row.
And made out with a Cuban
and
tourist.
made out with a fucking Cuban. He's like, if that to you, if that's like doing dirt, then he's like, bitch, you're so fucking wholesome. He's like, what? He's like, girl, like, give yourself some grace. You're fine.
That's so funny.
You know, because we live a certain type of life, and I live a certain type of life too. And so I'm like, partying back to back 2 nights in a row, and then I made out with this stranger. Like, who am I?
Yeah, you're on a 2-day bender.
Oh my God. So yeah, but I'm like, that's like normal life stuff, huh? Like,
it is.
People go out and they make out with I just.
People, the more I learn about adults and the lives that they live, I'm like, you live. You know how many adults do cocaine?
Yeah, I do. I know
like adult professionals are
Yeah.
constantly on cocaine. I'm like, I thought you did that like back in the day, like in high school or in college.
No.
But as a 40-year-old man with children,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are crazy out there.
Older people like to party too still.
I know, but when I think of like hard drugs like that,
Like
I mean,
cocaine?
there's a phase where that stops.
Yeah, I probably will always eat mushrooms.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine me like not eating mushrooms.
Like I can do without them. I like them, but I can do without them.
They're so great.
I can do without it.
Yeah, so that was my confession.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh
Yeah.
man. I'm like, I wish I
Yeah.
had a recent confession. I'm just not rebellious anymore.
Well, she's married too, so married life is also like so different.
The other day though, I did so dumb. These are my
These are Casey's confessions.
pure confessions.
Here she goes. What is it,
The
Casey?
other day I was driving down the road and there like was pretty clear. You know, in the summer people like clear out, so it's much more spacious on the road. like
What?
I pedal to the metal.
What?
I like hauled ass. I like went way above the speed limit. Like I was pressing it. I don't do that. But when I open, like there's a clear road in front of me, and I just got this urge to haul ass down like whatever road it is, Camelback.
She is really living on the edge, y'all. She is fucking out there wilding.
Those are my crazy wild
Those are her
things.
crazy confessions.
Those are my crazy compulsions in this world. Is like, let me just for once test out this vehicle.
How fast did you go?
Not very fast. But like,
She's like, I was going 60 and a 30.
pretty much. Pretty much. Those are my confessions.
Yo, you are hilarious.
That's wild, Casey.
Yeah. Well, now if you guys didn't already feel like you knew us from the 22 plus episodes we've had out, well, by the time this one drops, it'll be what, like 25 episodes?
Yeah.
Ah, I'm so proud of us.
I know.
Yeah, it had gotten pretty dense on the Humanhood series for a little while because I was going through it, man.
Yeah.
I feel so much better. Like, I feel like back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still going through shit, but I'm not in the energy that I was.
Yeah,
like,
there's levels to it, and sometimes you really do feel like in a frozen state. That's
Yeah.
a thing. You become frozen. It's a trauma response, and it's
Yeah.
like you physically can't do anything or feel a certain way. You're just kind of like numb in it.
yeah.
You know?
And because there's like progress that's been made, that also helps me feel better about things. But those 2 episodes, man, I was on the struggle bus.
You were.
I was in little Mel energy.
Yeah.
I was in my inner child, my wounded inner child self in those episodes.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Thank you for being with me, and thank you for being with us for, along the journey. And Thank you guys for just tuning in. Thank you for being invested.
Yeah.
We've been hearing the word that people keep using when it comes to the Humanhood series is binge.
Oh, yeah.
People keep saying,
Binge-worthy.
I've been binging Human series. I just binged this while I was on this drive. And that is an absolute honor to us because your time and your attention and your energy is so precious.
It is.
There's so much content out there. You could truly be consuming absolutely anything.
Yeah.
But you're choosing to consume our creation.
Yeah.
And for that, we are so, so grateful. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you so, so much for being on this ride with us. If you have any Humanhood confessions,
please let us know.
Let us know. Or if you can relate to any of the confessions that we do have.
Who likes to speed down Camelback?
Or
Let me know.
Make out with random Cuban men who don't speak English. All right, you guys. Until next time.
Yes.
Bye.